I got a 50% raise in my salary within 1 year, and here are my pay stubs to prove it. And here's the truth, I did not follow the conventional wisdom. Some things yes, but along the way I figured out how to speed up the process. This did not require a side hustle, working all hours of the day, or begging for a raise. I did this with only one 9-to-5 job. So I'm going to show you exactly what I did. The type of job that I was looking for was something that was right out of my reach. It was something that I had applicable experience for, but not direct experience. It was something where I could prove on paper that I had the necessary skills to do the job. I had just never done the job in the manner described in the job posting. Before even applying, I made sure that I had a strong LinkedIn profile. Now, my profile was suited to be a software developer, and I was not applying for a software development position at the time. However, none of that mattered because the point of my social media presence wasn't to communicate that I was a good software developer. It was to communicate that I was the type of person a company or organization would want to hire. Most people use LinkedIn like an online resume. I used it differently. I treated it as evidence of who I was. My profile consisted of projects that I worked on, videos of me working on those projects, posts about my learning and growth journey, and the interactions with other profiles while celebrating and encouraging them. I signaled that I was a type of person that would be great to work with and that I was a safe hire. So when I eventually found the job I wanted, it was time to make the resume. For that, I used Teal HQ, and I'm not affiliated with them at all, but what I did was copy the exact points from the job postings and paste them right into my resume. I then adapted them to fit exactly what I did. Let's say I'm applying for a made-up position called a trail inspector, and one of the job responsibilities was inspecting trees for things like disease and integrity. If I had a job where I did something similar to that, but for small bushes, I would put that on my resume. It would say something like inspected more than 500 bushes and parks and trails for things like disease and integrity in order to increase park safety by 50%. As you see, I copied that point from the job posting, pasted it into my resume, and added a number for how many bushes, and then added what result my action achieved and how it brought value. Now, this wouldn't be a lie if that's what I did. Even if it's not exactly how I would have worded it originally, do this as much as you can with your resume. Not only would this show that you have applicable experience, but it would also get you past any automated online resume screening. One word of caution though is to not copy responsibilities that you never performed. Rewrite them honestly using language that reflects your actual experience. Since I didn't have direct experience, I knew that I would really have to sell myself during the interview. Before the actual interview, I did some research. I looked up the department I was transferring to and read through some of their information on the organization's website. I looked up what they do, what value they brought as a department, and who they served. I knew that I would be able to formulate questions for the people interviewing me based off this information. I would also be able to either directly or indirectly tell them that I did my research. I also came up with reasons I wanted to continue working for the organization. I enjoyed the location and what the surrounding area had to offer. I also mentioned that the organization culture was great too. Real quick, I'm going to be making a lot more videos like this, giving you actionable things to get ahead in life. So if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. When the interview came, I went in with the mindset that the 3 people that were interviewing me were just people that I was talking to, and there was no reason to actually be nervous. Once I saw how their team had interacted and communicated with each other, I even made an appropriate joke about the type of work they all did. Be careful with this though. I only did this after observing their behavior with each other. With the research, I asked 7 questions about the team and type of work I'd be doing. I also directly told them that I had gotten these questions from the website. And so the interview went great. 2 weeks later, I learned that I had gotten the job and it came with a 50% raise. After working there for a few months, both my supervisor and my coworker who was at the interview told me the biggest reason they hired me was because of my personality and what they had seen from me on LinkedIn. They said they had passed up candidates with more experience and education because they knew that I would fit the team better than anyone else. So the secret to getting a 50% increase in salary was all the stuff I was doing outside of work. It didn't happen because I became 50% smarter in 1 year. It happened because I was easy to trust. My resume got me the interview. My LinkedIn reinforced that I was a real person even before the interview, and my personality got me the job. If you're trying to dramatically increase your income, don't just become more qualified. Become someone people are excited to hire.